How long you been sitting on trying to make a sequel?
I've thought about it for a while, for sure. But it's been about 4 years that we've actively been developing it. And the kind of impetus was, it's, as I said, 39 is a little now or never. I think we're not getting any younger. So to get the band back together, we had to kind of do it now. And it started with Nick Shank, who's written a lot of movies for Clint Eastwood, is a friend, and we started kind of breaking the story. And Nick has such a great tone, and we wanted to start with that grittiness of the world and the tone.
But you're reconnecting with your childhood friends.
100%. Yeah, Ralphie's a father now. He's sort of an unsuccessful writer, so he's in a place where he's not really where he wants to be, and it kind of starts with the passing of the old man, and he's forced to go back home and try to put on a Christmas like he had growing up in the face of all that. So he reconnects. He moves through town. It takes place in 1973, so we had to grow sideburns, which was nice. And I'll tell you, Flick, played by Scott Schwartz, won that contest. He's got some real solid muttons.
But, you try to do that. And I don't know if you try to distance yourself from Ralphie as you were growing up.
Not really. I mean, I've had the good fortune of being able to do a lot of other things and kind of have another career behind the scenes. A lot of people run from that. I think you and I have talked about this. You'll have kind of somebody that has a wildly iconic role, and they'll just say, "Oh, I don't ever talk about that. We can talk about anything else, but not that." It's like, well, we kind of want to talk about that just for a moment, at least. But I didn't have that. Plus, as I said, all the approach of fans to me with this movie, it's pure joy, Dan. I mean, people, like, if you don't like receiving that, you're in the wrong business.
The original, you're in Indiana, but you shoot it in Ohio?
That's right. Yes, we shot in Cleveland and Canada both. We shot the exterior in Cleveland, and then the interiors were in the studio in Canada. This one, we shot in Bulgaria, which I know, like, why?
Well, of
Such are the
course you
economy.
did. Yeah.
I mean, where else would we go?
Christmas in Bulgaria. It's got a nice
Nothing
ring
says
to
the
it.
Midwest like Bulgaria.
Yeah.
But actually, interestingly, looked like it when it is sort of the leaves are off the trees and the snow's on the ground. But it actually allowed us. We built 11 houses. So we built the Parker house, the Bumpus house next door, and then 11 houses on what's the old Cleveland Street in the movie. So it really feels like you're transformed back into the world. And that was sort of another reason of why do this movie. We had to have the resources to be able to do it right. I describe it as we had to play offense. We wanted it to be great, but you got to play defense. You got to protect, obviously, against something that's become borderline sacred now in the first movie. And so we had the right resources, also got to produce with Vince Vaughn, my good buddy, which was great. And we had just really a great team. And so the wait was worth it. And we're really, really happy with how the movie turned out.